All right, so I have a wild one here, a really, really wild one that I'm actually kind of surprised that I didn't bring it up last week. The case of Deobra, I don't know if it's Deborah or Deobra, it's Deobra Redden. Now, who is that? If you guys have been on any of the social media, TikTok, YouTube, anything like that, and you keep seeing that image of a guy jumping over the judge's podium in court, that's who we're talking about. Did you see it?
The video of him like assaulting the judge?
Going head first, like literally Superman leap, flying horizontal through the air at the judge.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So
it was horrible.
Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. Okay. I have a couple questions within it, though. I think there is some intent behind why. Anyways, I'll get into it. So he did that, okay? And I will have inserted that video into here. The only way you're going to understand what I'm saying is seeing it if you haven't seen it already. Now, he was grabbed. They were trying to get him off. There was a marshal that was pulling him off, and he was continuing to like try and hit the judge and had his hands around her neck and all this stuff. And they finally got him off, took him out of there, right? Well, he just recently, just the other day, reappeared in front of that judge.
Whoa.
Yeah, to finish the sentencing, because that's what they were in the middle of. Essentially, the judge told him that, so the background, okay? This guy has a ton of convictions, a ton, like a lot. All right. Well, apparently this time, after all those convictions, he was truly trying to do better. And he got his own apartment. He had a job. He was doing all the things right and had finally gone straight. And he didn't think he was going to go to jail, prison, because he was doing things the right way. Well, unfortunately for him, the judge didn't feel that way. She thought, look, it doesn't matter. You need a taste of the things that you're putting in society. And I'm sorry, but you're going to do time here. And that's where he said, you know, F that B, and then run and jumps and does the thing. Okay. Well, they take him out and they are bringing him back in with the same judge. And this time he's in full body cuffs, restraints, ankles, wrists. He has a spit hood on at like the whole 9 yards. And he has 4 officers around him, and she finishes the sentencing. But she didn't change it, which is pretty incredible. But they got, for that scene that he did, they charged him with attempted murder.
That's kind of intense.
I feel like that's intense too.
Why didn't they just charge him with assault of like a public official or something?
I don't know. When I heard that, I was like, ooh, I mean, don't get me wrong. That scene was awful. And I understand wanting to slap it to somebody by assaulting somebody so important to our justice system. I get that. I understand it. And I advocate for that. But attempted murder? He didn't have a murder weapon. If he goes to fight this, a charge like that could potentially get him let off. Why wouldn't they just go with a lesser charge of assault? The only thing that I can think of is because they're trying to get him to plea out and take something less. So common tactic, they charge you with something way big, way overcharged to try and get you to plead to something smaller, right? Well, a little bit of background about this guy. His family claims he has psych problems. He was a dope baby born, addicted to cocaine. He has a mental instability and is required to take psych meds. Apparently, when he was doing really good and on top of his stuff, he stopped taking his psych meds. And that's what led to that fight or flight. Because when you watch the video, he snaps. There is no agitation or increase. He is perfectly calm, monotone level to flying across the desk at the judge. It truly looked like fight or flight to me. And knowing that he has, a disorder and on psych meds makes me feel for him. But he needs to be held accountable. I just don't know if accountability is attempted murder in that case.
No, attempted murder seems really harsh. And with his psych problems, I really hope that they're going to like try to get him help, like, you know, mandatory help.
I mean, he might never be out if he gets charged with this.
I know, that's awful.
It is awful. And it makes me feel like it feels very police state-y, right? Because our ultimate goal of a suspect should be rehabilitation, right? That should be number one. And I'm sorry that judge had to go through that. That is absolutely awful. It probably was embarrassing and just something you would never expect to have to go through. Another weird situation, which I also didn't agree with, and I'm surprised anybody let this happen, is the marshal who was involved that got injured was there for the sentencing where he came back in front of that judge. They let him stand behind the judge's podium area just off to the left in plain clothes.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, he's off duty, standing where a regular citizen wouldn't be allowed to stand. And what's the intention of that? To me, that feels aggressive. Weird. Why? What's the point?
I don't know. Do marshals have a required uniform?
Yeah, he was off duty, 100% off duty. Yep. So I don't know. That's like one of those situations where, you know, it could feel threatening showing up somewhere where, like, why are you there? Why? To rub it in his face?
Yeah.
A mentally disabled person? An instability because he wasn't on his meds and you're there to rub it in his face? I don't know. That just feels gross when it's a presentation of our justice system who's supposed to be above these human emotions.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be objective here. We are supposed to be the justice and the law of our entire country and putting the best foot forward always. Now, I understand we're all human and there's going to be mistakes, and I understand that. That rubbed me the wrong way. I think he could have been held accountable. I think everything the judge was deciding to do was spot on. With a record like that, you're going to do time, bro. Sorry. I don't know why you went there hoping you weren't, but you were going to do time, you know, when you have that many convictions. And then to have a situation like that where you have the marshal that was involved in that scene standing in a place where the general public is not allowed to stand and in plain clothes, like, I don't know. It felt very police state-y. While the suspect was in the wrong, I feel like they could have handled it better too.
Yeah.
Attempted murder? Bro, come on.
It feels like
you're
too
trying
much.
to prove a point. That is the us versus them attitude.
It is.
That's what it is. We're going to show them, and we are going to make sure that nobody does this again. Them. We're going to show them.
Yeah.
Them are us.
Yeah.
We are all one and the same, dude.
We are.
If anything, it is the US against the growth of other countries. So, like, why are we separating ourselves here? It's just a shame. But
I don't know. It is a shame.
I'm curious what you guys think, and let me know what you thought about that video and what your opinion is.